Good morning. Welcome to the It's Raining Crafts podcast. My name is Raina. You can find me on Instagram and Ravelry under SF Chick. Today is Saturday, June 16th, 2018. It's about 8:30 in the morning. It's been a while since I've talked to you. This is episode 44, by the way. Life has gotten not in the way, but a lot of changes are happening, and they're all good things. And no, Kellen is not getting a sibling. So let's get that out of the way first. So I have some finished objects, some whips, some blather about what's going on, and that's about it. So why don't we get started? The first project that I have, I'm wearing, it's a finished object. It's the Harkin Pullover by Kristen Hipsky. Saw this in the Webb's catalog, and I went stash diving for this. So the top is the Flying Kettle Unicorn Guts in her Unicorn Guts colorway, and the white is Mrs. Crosby Likes to Play in the Hydrangea colorway. It is very warm. It was my first time knitting a fingering weight sweater, and I did this on US size 5s, and then I made it short sleeved. So I picked up a row. When I bound off, I picked up a row, and I knit one row, and then I did a purl bind off. The pattern calls for long sleeves, but I didn't do long sleeves because I have the same pattern sweater in a long sleeve shirt, in the long sleeve version, it's out of Barocco vintage in a Kingfisher colorway, in the 5158 colorway. So I really enjoyed this pattern. It's knit from the top down. I really did enjoy this pattern. It's a whole lot of stockinette, and you'll see in my basket I have another project that I'm knitting on now. So why don't we get into my whips? So the first whip that I have is in my sloth bag. It has sloths, and it's cute, and I got it off Etsy. I think it's Southpaw Creation. Her name is Erin. She has a podcast. Her username on YouTube is Gimme Yarn. So what I have in here is that I have the Spindrift Shawl by Helen Stewart, and I'm knitting this out of Anzula yarn. Anzula, I think this is Nebula. The card's still in here, but I don't want to take it out. And this is just a simple shawl that I am knitting for my grandmother-in-law. She is so knit-worthy. She's another one of my cheerleaders when I'm knitting my sweaters. You know, she tells me not to go too long, or make it, or if it's just right, you know. So here's my Spindrift shawl. This is for her. Graham is also 92, so, and she's funny. She cracks me up. But this is for her. I'm guessing it'll take me a few weeks. You know, the pattern's really simple and mindless. And I never knit one of Helen Stewart's patterns before, so it's kind of fun going through the pattern. But this is on my interchangeable Chiagu needle, size 6. In the pattern you start at a size 5, then you switch to a size 6. And the smallest needle that I'm working on right now is a size 1. So working on a size 6 is a break. So that's the Spindrift Shawl by Helen Stewart. And I'm over 5% done. So, and it's a really fun pattern. And the yarn matches my bag. I like how it matches my bag. The next project that I have is a hat that I'm making. I've been on a cleaning binge, going through stuff and just weeding stuff out. I have a box full of yarn that I'm sending to my best friend in Pittsburgh because she does yarn bombing around her town. So I'm glad that I can do that. I can at least help contribute in that way, because she lives in Pittsburgh and we're 4 hours apart. So we text almost every day. But so this is the Easy Guernsey hat. It's by Christina Roy. It matches my shirt that I'm wearing right now. But it's a really simple pattern. And I'm doing the textured section right now. So I have 2 more sections, 8 more rows of the textured section to go. And then I will do these pearl knit ridges, and then start decreasing for the hat. But it's a really, I enjoy this pattern. I forgot, I knitted one a long time ago, and I gave it to my friend Krista, who loves what I knit and loves all the colors that I knit with. So there's that. And pardon me for saying I'm a lot. It's early in the morning. So, and then I have oh, this is in my Van Gogh bag, drawstring bag, that I got from Green Planet Yarn in San Jose when I went to go visit my mother for Christmas one year. She bought it for me. I guess I think when the employees made bags, and I just love Starry Night and Van Gogh. So there you go. And I rhymed. So I was an art major in college. I have a degree in I have my degree in graphic and web design, but that's not. I discovered, like, going through school, I didn't want to do that. I went through school, and then I went out in the workplace for a little bit, and then realized that I don't want to do that. I wanted to do something else. So, but the next project that I have, the next whip that I have, is in my Chicken Boots sock box. I love my sock box bag. This is Knitty in Color. in the Which Please acoustic sock, 80 merino, 20 nylon, 400 yards, 100 grams. I met these dyers when I was at Maryland Cheap and Wool this year. I bought another skein off them, so I said I should knit with what was in my stash. So this is what the skein looks like in all its glory. It's beautiful, it's bright, it's variegated. I love variegated yarn and self-striping yarn. All kinds of yarn. And then, so this is a sock, and I just started doing Magic Loop this year. Last December, I think, I watched a video on YouTube, The Nervous Knitter. That's who I watched. And I made, boot cups for my mother-in-law, which are in my library on Ravelry if you look them up. They were very easy to knit. And, so, there's this. And I do a German short row heel now. I got tired of the heel flap and gusset, and you know, during Magic Loop I don't want to like twist my needles and do all that, so I always say this looks like a being. This looks like some sort of monster after I do my heel. With, you know, the face could go up here. But this is knit on size 1 needles. I did 60 stitches for my leg, and I think I did 10 rows for the cuff. And then I did the heel, and I'll do 60 rows for my foot because I find that fits best. And then I do toe decreases till I reach a certain number, and then Kitchener off. So these are called my witch socks on Ravelry. The next project that I have is another sock, and this reminds me of my alma mater, my high school alma mater, because it's purple and gold, and I went to a Catholic high school, and those were our colors. So this is the yarn jar in the Mrs. Potts colorway. I love the knit from like gobstopper balls because it's just so pretty, and it's turning out beautiful. So I usually do my socks in tandem when I have a gobstopper ball, I knit, why is this stuck? Sorry. So I usually knit my stuff in tandem. So I do a certain number of rows before I do a certain number of rows, and then I switch to do the exact same number of rows on the second sock. But you see, these are two different colors. And because I have a gobstopper ball, I picked this other skein out, and I'm doing them in tandem. I have another pair of socks that are over on my table that are going to be knit up for my mother-in-law for Christmas or her birthday, whichever one I choose. And because her birthday is in November, and Christmas is in December. So I'm not sure when I'm going to get into it. But the next project that I have is in my London bag by Shop So Flow. And it is the Edie by Isabel Kramer. So it's a t-shirt, and it's knit from the top down, and you do, I'm trying to not twist this right now, and sorry, I got a message on my phone. I should put my phone down. But this is knit from the top down. First, it's knit flat, and then you join it around, and then I'm not giving away secret sauce. So I'm at the textured section right now. You can, there's some slip stitches in there, and it's this textured section is a really beast to conquer, because I gotta sit there and I gotta repeat to myself over and over. It's just like repeating it yourself when you're doing ribbing on a sock. So those are my whips that I'm currently working on. And so I'm going to save this section. I'm going to call this section Blather, about what's going on in my life and other things. My sweater is on my needle. But let's see. Kellen finished the first grade. He was finished on June 5th or June. So at the first Tuesday of June, he was finished. He did really well. He is very much interested in science, and he likes to read a lot of books. My mom took him to a book sale, and he had like 20 some books. They were all about animals. Most were about animals and kitties, because he likes kitties, and science and all that. And he's inquisitive. He likes to know what's going on. But other than that, I am purging, doing stuff around my apartment now, because I'm planning to move in September, August, and I'll tell you why. Dave and I have been married for 9 years now. 9 years in November. And this apartment is too small for 3 people. So we're moving in with my mother. My mother's building a house. My mother got a job here in the central Pennsylvania area. So she's been here since April. And we're building a house, and we're going to move in with her. So that's exciting. It's very exciting, and it's hard. Well, we're all not moving in with her because Dave and I co-parent. Dave and I co-parent. We're not currently living together. This is hard for me to talk about. We're not currently living together. Kellen's staying with him. So I'm in the apartment. I'm at the apartment by myself with my cat. And it's really, really hard. But we're adjusting, so the plan is for me and little girl to move in with my mother when the house is done in September. So, we're not getting divorced. We're just, we're, so, it's just, we were both home and just like bickering at each other, and that was it. We were home all day and with each other, and we were just bickering at one another, and it's not good for either of us to constantly bicker at one another. So, other than that, Kellen is going into the 2nd grade in Dallastown. He will have. I know he will have fun, and then sorry for that. And it's. Some things are really hard to talk about. You know, Kellen's going into 2nd grade. I'm moving in with my mother, so I'm decluttering around the apartment. I made some good headway in the back room where we store stuff. It was just boxes, mountains and mountains of boxes, and it just needed to go. So, anyway, I will talk to you later. I hope. I apologize for the long absence, but things go on, and I will talk to you soon, okay? Bye-bye.